And hockey fans have had this day circled on their calendar since the draw was announced at the end of last year's tournament. Yes, it's Canada against the United States to close it out for the year 2014, with a lot at stake at the 2015 Rural Junior Hockey Championship. First place in the group is on the line. Benoit Gros was an assistant coach last year when Canada beat the U.S. 3-2 on New Year's Eve. But Patan, Lazar, and McDavid, the goal scorers for Canada in that game, they're all back this year. Marco Sicchi is a three-time assistant coach for Team USA. They won gold with him on the staff in 2010 and 2013. First-year head coach of the U.S. National Junior Team, associate coach of Rockford of the American Hockey League. The referees are experienced. Mikko Lokakori and Marcus Winterborg of Sweden. Winterborg has worked 6 World Championships and 2 Olympic Games.
The officiating's been excellent in this tournament, Gord, as I would say better than we've seen it in some time, and the 2 experienced officials get the puck for tonight's game.
And declares into it with Tyler Mott before the puck is dropped. And they're going to have their hands full this afternoon.
Discipline is going to play a crucial factor somewhere in this game.
Here we go. New Year's Eve, Canada and the U.S. for the 10th time in the history of the World Junior Championship on December 31st. And the puck goes into the U.S. bench right away, and they'll have to do it again. It's Jack versus Mac, but it's so much more than that. Over Slovakia, now the puck bouncing back to the point. Alex Tuck ahead for Tyler Mott, working in is Mott with a one-handed shot, saved by Comrie, rebound loose in front, and the pad saved by Comrie as the Canadian net is dislodged. And more pushing and shoving breaks out as the United States gets an excellent chance in the game's opening 30 seconds.
Excellent play through the neutral zone as Alex Tuck gets the puck across to a supporting Mott, who drives to the net. Comrie kicks it out, and this rebound by Eichel hits Tuck and Nurse going to the net. The puck will come in, and it hits Tuck inches before it goes over the goal line. A good stop by Comrie, a quick attack by Tyler Mott, and Jack Eichel's shot for Canada is fortunately deflected aside.
Over Slovakia, Darnell Nurse. The Sault Ste. Marie Greyhound star, first-round pick of the Oilers, drops it off to Domi. Back to Theodore. Shea Theodore with a shot, goes off the leg. Rebound loose in front. Reinhart turned away by Demko. And Reinhart back on it. Domi wraparound, tried jamming at it. Demko gets the glove down, and he'll hang on to that. And now Werenski gives Domi a shot.
Best chance for Canada. Shot deflected off the end boards, and Sam Reinhart's right on the doorstep. But Thatcher Demko spreads out. 6'3" goaltender's able to get his right leg back to the post. Look how close this is. That's going in, except for Demko's terrific effort.
Darnell Nurse. It's a change. Domi tries to drop it back. He was tied up there. And then buried by DeAngelo. Eichel has that pass go off a leg. Domi's down and just now getting to his feet.
Domi and DeAngelo, of course, would know each other and played against each other in the Ontario Hockey League. DeAngelo in Sarnia, Domi in London.
It's a change. Spins back the other way. Ahead he goes for Milano. And Milano crushed there by Morrissey. And the crowd in Montreal roaring as bodies are flying both ways. Spins back.
Many people expected a physical game, and physical it has been. This is pretty close to an interference penalty, wouldn't you think? The puck's in the corner. DeAngelo dumps Domi, and then Josh Morrissey levels DeLeo in the corner. Domi screaming at the U.S. bench. It's funny, as much as he gets fired up into it, he's not known as a over-the-top physical player. He's, to my knowledge, he's not fought very much, or if ever. You're certainly not going to hear, but he's a competitive, fiery player. He's been Canada's best player in my estimation in this tournament. Many people picks it up, throws it back in front, chopped away from Larkin, and Fabry sends it ahead. Here's Paul in on Butcher. Nick Paul pulls it back in and shoots, and Demko makes the save. And Butcher back with it, picks it up, throws it. One of Canada's main objectives this year was to get more speed into their lineup. We've seen a couple examples in the last couple minutes. Darnell Nurse, the Edmonton Oilers first rounder, rushes up the ice for a scoring chance, and then Nick Paul, who was acquired in the Jason Spezza trade by Ottawa, makes a nice little angle and scoring chance that Thatcher Demko turns aside.
The Flyer first round pick in, shoots, bounces in front, Virtanen the shot, hit a line, Virtanen the second try. Now a chance in front, McDavid had it bounce off his stick on the feed from Lazar. Long drive from Moran, knocked away by Demko, and the crowd still buzzing about that. Here's Lazar back with it. Feeds it for McDavid, walks back in front, McDavid to Moran, feeds across, Hicketts a drive, save Demko, rebound, Virtanen put it off the outside of the post. Virtanen back to Hicketts. In for Virtanen, furious pressure now by Canada, but the puck picked up by Anthony Lewis and fed down to the Canadian line. The Flyer first round.
Scoring chances. The first one, Moran's shot deflects and hits McCoshen in the face. Virtanen's shot deflects, and then when Reinhart tries to go, or rather Virtanen tries to go across the net to McDavid, he doesn't see it in time. There's the point shot moments later that they all fight for in front of the net. Lazar with a deflection. Demko, a sharp first period for the United States.
And the conversation is continuing between the two benches. There's not much to separate them here. The camera well, if you want to call it that, is not really an official divider. So Domi is just feet away from the U.S. bench. Now Morrissey, a long shot. That goes wide off the face-off win by
scoring chances. The
on goal in favor of Canada. In comes Noah Hannafin with it. Hannafin works in, sends it back. Dortch hit wide by Alex Tuck. Great chance in front created by Hannafin. Now Tuck shoots again, and Comrie got the blocker on that. It's on goal in favor of Canada. Down to the American zone. Butcher plays it across for Carlo. Now John Hayden comes in along with JT Compher. Oh, wow, he's slow to get to his feet.
That was an awkward hit. Bowie having a word with the official.
In comes Lazar now. Curtis Lazar sends it back in front, just missed McDavid. And Morrissey jumped up to keep it alive, but it's poked by him. Now Morrissey tried to flip that back in, but put it right in the Canadian bench and just missed Canadian head coach Benoit Groulx.
So Madison Bowie had an ongoing conversation with the official after this hit as he's smushed into the boards by John Hayden. You see why Bowie's not happy with it. The play goes up the ice, and much like Hannafin's pass just missed Alex Tuck. That's a terrific pass across from Lazar, just missed by Connor McDavid as Madison Bowie gets a drink, collects himself. He's had an excellent tournament as well. The mobility on the Canada blue line has been very noteworthy in this.
Down to the American zone. Fabric up ahead for Paul. That bounced away. And now Patan puts it ahead for Paul. Paul with Nurse. Darnell Nurse. Loose in front. Saved by Demko on the break-in by defenseman Darnell Nurse. That's two good chances for Nurse in this game.
Darnell Nurse is impressed in this tournament. Way less risky than he was a year ago. He seems to find the right time to use his speed and mobility. There he jumps into the play. As Shea Theodore moved the puck up the ice, Nurse recognized there was an opening. He got in front of Sonny Milano and then had a terrific scoring chance. Nurse is being used with Theodore against Jack Eichel's line. He just saw it on the big board. His chance on goal turned aside by Thatcher Demko. The Canucks' second-round pick has been terrific in goal for the United States this afternoon.
Reinhart wins the draw back to Morrissey. He each at two and hasn't stopped since. Duclair. Bounce that ahead for Reinhart. And he goes for Domi. Max Domi pulls it in, shoots. Demko the save. Rebound, loose in front. Domi scores! Max Domi gives Canada the lead.
One of the most underrated skills a centerman can have is to deliver a receivable pass. Lots of centermen just rifle the puck all the time. Their wingers can't handle it. Sometimes you can lay it soft. Sometimes you got to snap the pass. Sam Reinhart rifles this pass to Domi. He receives it perfectly and keeps himself in shooting position. He delivers it quickly. Demko can't hold the rebound. And there's Reinhart again. Back to the puck, and he lays it on the taper, Max Domi. Domi's had a fantastic tournament. tournament. It's his third goal of the tournament. Max Reinhardt's fourth assist of the tournament. And that top line for Canada comes through again.
Domi's got a point in every game for Canada. And Reinhardt has points in all four as well. And the Canadians have a 1-0 lead in a breakneck New Year's Eve contest between Canada and the United States. Now Hannafin turns it over. Lazar for McDavid. And back at the point is Bowie, who plays it back for Lazar. Curtis Lazar battling for it. He's got the caution all over him at the point. Morrissey has to retreat. And Morrissey spins it back. Josh Morrissey, one of 6 Winnipeg Jets prospects in this World Junior Championship, more than any other National Hockey League team. Each of 2 and Hesson stopped down for Duclair. Carlo batted for it. Duclair couldn't get to it. Still loose. Duclair knocks it back. Bowie for Reinhardt. Shoots. Demko makes a great blocker save with no stick. Thatcher Demko makes the stop and hangs on. And now Duclair is into it with Will Butcher at the side of the American goal.
Wild action around Thatcher Demko. He loses his stick here, so now he's trying to stay into position. He makes the save, and now not having the stick turns out to be a good thing as he's able to Dominik Hasek block or cover this right to his right. Demko stretches out to cover it, but terrific puck work again from Domi, Reinhardt, and Duclair, and then just a mad scramble after the whistle and a lot of pushing and shoving. Is one thing to note here, the U.S. is without their top penalty killer, Dylan Larkin, who's in the penalty box. Eichel lost that draw.
Morrissey to McDavid. Drops it down to Clare in front. From a 10 run over Lazar, and that's knocked away by Demko. And now Lazar back with it. Now you've got Eichel with no stick. Lazar plays it down to Patan. Patan to Fabry to Morrissey with a drive, scores! Josh Morrissey, power play goal, and it's 2-0 Canada.
This power play has been like machine. 6 goals in their last 8 tries. This is Josh Morrissey's first of the tournament. He too has had an effective tournament. Lazar starts the play. Patan's able to easily go back to Robbie Fabry as Eichel doesn't have a stick. Fabry puts it on the tee to Morrissey. And the Team Canada parents and fans are up on their feet. A 2-0 lead, a power play goal. Halfway through, Canada's taken control.
Josh Morrissey had 28 goals last year for the Prince Albert Raiders to lead all Western Hockey League defensemen. He was traded just before leaving for the Canadian selection camp from Prince Albert to Kelowna. He'll join the powerhouse Rockets as Gauthier sends it in front. So Madison Bowie will be his teammate there.
Nick Patan with his 6th assist of the tournament.
In comes Schmaltz with it now. Hetherington lost his stick. Now Werenski for Hannafin. His long shot pinballs down in front. Down for Duclair. Carlo. Butcher ahead for Eichel. Jack Eichel winds his way in. Eichel with time. Drops it down. Milano feeds it back in front. Loose puck. They score! Anthony D'Angelo power play goal. And the U.S. is back within 1.
Tampa Bay first-rounder Anthony D'Angelo was voted the best offensive defenseman by the coaches in the Ontario Hockey League. This power play goal starts as Canada changes. That makes an easy pass for Will Butcher up to Jack Eichel into the zone. Now watch the power of Eichel here. He's almost in trouble around Nick Paul, but he pushes his way through. Milano's actually looking for Alex Tuck in the middle. The puck slides by Tuck. Eichel starts the play, and it's going to go across on the deflection to D'Angelo, and the U.S. matches Canada's power play goal, and it's 2-1.
So now a 2-1 game with 6:48 to go in the second period. Winds his way ahead. He's got Lewis with him and Hayden. And that got tangled up on the feet of the linesman. Now Hayden has it. And Connor McDavid hammered down Hayden. And they're still tied up in the offensive zone. Hannum brings it in. Hayden and McDavid were in 20 feet wrestling in front of the American bench. And now Hayden takes a bop in the back of the head from Virtanen.
So when the play gets tied up with the linesman, McDavid runs over top of Hayden. Hayden's trying to get out of the zone. He gives McDavid a face wash, and now McDavid's quite aware that this is an offside play, and he's not going to let Hayden get out of the zone. That's a real heady play by McDavid, and while everybody else is pushing and punching and shoving, John Hayden takes one from the back.
And then now you've got Eichel and Nurser into it, and Higgins came over on him. We got penalties coming. Is it 1 or 2 is the question. Nurse is hot. He's going to the box. And right now, that's the only door that's open.
Gord, to set off the opening face-off, somewhere discipline was going to play a part in this game. And after the McDavid and Hayden get together and everybody else jostling around, Darnell Nurse, you're going to see him. He's at the top of the screen. He goes up to McDavid and grabs, or rather to Eichel, and grabs him around the collar. He's the only penalty, which will often happen in international games, more so than you'll see in the NHL. And that's a bad penalty for Darnell Nurse to take. It puts the U.S. back on the power play with under 4 left in period 2.
To pick it up. Shots are 34-21 Canada. Werenski to JT Compher. His pass picked off by Virtanen. Hooks it ahead for McDavid. In comes McDavid with Lazar. Connor McDavid in. Shoots. Demko save. Rebound. Lazar scores. Curtis Lazar. 3-1 Canada. The officials are talking about it. And they may have a look at this on the monitor.
This bounces off Lazar at the tail end of the play. Watch Connor McDavid spin in the middle of the ice on the Virtanen pass. He picks up speed so quickly. He gets outside of Werenski, and Lazar shovels this in. I can't tell on one look if it's with his arms that the puck goes in the net. Here's the McDavid shot. Watch where Curtis Lazar is. They're going to take a look at this. We get a good look here. Puck's in the air. And Lazar basically skates it into the net. Off of Demko. It doesn't hit Lazar's gloves or hands, it appears. And by the time the puck finally hits the ground, it's in the back of the net. There you see the puck deflect off the body of Lazar and into the net.
This is a tough one. Lazar still smiling. The referees are Mikko Kokakari from Finland and Marcus Vinterborg of Sweden, 2 veteran officials. We mentioned Vinterborg has worked 6 World Championships and 2 Olympics.
Now the goaltender has to be able to make the stop. That's one of the criteria. The puck's in the crease. Lazar can go in there because the puck is in there. The debate will be whether Lazar propels the puck in illegally or not. No question it goes in before there's any whistle. The puck is in the crease.
The video goal judge makes the final call on the play.
And this will be, as it's already turned into be a lengthy review.
The IIHF wording, by the way, is was the puck directed into the net by a hand or kicked into the net by a skate?
Neither one of those.
And a very long review going on.
It's got to be murder for both coaches standing and everyone else sitting there as well. They just sit and wait for this video review to be discussed between the official and the video review judge. And you can look at it 45 times if you want. It's going to depend on how it's viewed between those involved in the video booth upstairs here at the Bell Center. So there's the McDavid rush. A wonderful rush off the Virtanen pass.
Looks like it hit his leg.
It does. The question will be if he pushes the goaltender back into the net as well.
That would not be reviewable. The push of the goaltender would not be reviewable. It's a goal. Took a while, but Curtis Lazar can celebrate. He's got goals in 3 straight now. And Canada has a 2-goal lead again.
And the first 5-on-5 goal for Curtis Lazar and Connor McDavid. It starts with a play in the neutral zone by Jake Virtanen. A wonderful play, pivot, and speed from Connor McDavid. And then Lazar, 2 of his 3 goals have been from about that spot. He dove and poked in a power play goal in the last game. Canada restores their 2-goal lead.
Not sure those 2 goals traveled a foot between them. But those are 2 big ones for Canada. Now Tuck picks it off. And the U.S. down by 2. Reinhart swings back to pick it up. Shots are 30. A 2-goal deficit. And he's calling down to Demko now. Milano plays it for Fasching. Hudson Fasching works in, drops it down, they score! Dylan Larkin taps it home, and the U.S. is back within a goal with 2:34 to go in the 3rd period.
Dylan Larkin with the tally. That's goals in 3 straight games for the Detroit Red Wings first rounder. Dylan Hetherington has the puck. He turns it over. The pass misses Joe Hickett. Fasching holds the puck and freezes the defenseman Hetherington in front of the net. Look at the nice play by DeLeo. Fasching freezes Hetherington and then lays it on the tape for Dylan Larkin. And this is not over. 2.5 minutes left, and the U.S. has made it a 1-goal game. Dylan Larkin from Hudson Fasching.
Any doubt in your mind that Dylan Larkin has been Team USA's best player?
No, he's been the most consistent player. He's produced for them. The freshman at the University of Michigan comes up with his 4th goal of this tournament.
From suburban Detroit, drafted by the Red Wings, playing at the University of Michigan. Short of meeting Kid Rock, it doesn't get much better than that for a kid from that state. As Krause plays it in. A 2-goal to the line. Throws that down behind the Canadian goal. Butcher, the first man on it, centers it. Here's Tuck with a shot that was blocked by Nurse. The puck's under him, and Nurse clubs it away. Final minute now, the 3rd period. It got by DeAngelo. Reinhart bearing it on him. DeAngelo on the stick of Reinhart. Sam Reinhart scores! Happy New Year, Canada! It's 4-2.
What a fantastic hockey game. Sam Reinhart with the empty netter. The U.S. had a couple of chances to tie. Eric Comrie made a couple of terrific stops, and Darnell Nurse with a big block here in the last minute. He clears the puck with his hand. Theodore gets the puck and chips it past DeAngelo. Sam Reinhart touches this into the empty net.
And the Canadian family is looking on. Wait for it. And Hannafin picks up the loose puck. So Demko back in the U.S. net. By the way, it's now 2-1 checks late in the 2nd period. Larkin in, shoots, scores! Dylan Larkin fires it home. 42 seconds to go. And the U.S. is back within 1.
Are you kidding me?
That guy is absolutely on fire.
This is over, except it's not. Reinhart's empty netter allows Canada the 2-goal lead. Look at Dylan Larkin push his legs down the wall. Comrie will want this one back. It's at a relatively sharp angle. He beats him up over the glove. Don't forget, the U.S. does not have a timeout left. The shot's not deflected. It's a perfect shot up over the shoulder. Comrie perhaps a little deep in the blue. And as the officials are conferring at center ice, the U.S. will get Eichel, Matthews, Tuck on the ice.
Demko will be halfway to the bench. That was 12 seconds after Reinhart empty net goal.
Canada goes back with Lazar, Reinhart, and Domi.
And Austin Matthews takes the draw and wins it again. Eichel sends it down to the Canadian zone. Demko goes off. Milano comes on as the extra skater. Battle for the loose puck. Theodore in there. 30 seconds to go in the period. Matthews sends it back door. That was blocked. And now Nurse around for Lazar. It died in that snow again in the corner. Lazar digging for it. Along the wall it comes free for Milano. Sonny Milano with time. Throws it back in front. Matthews couldn't make contact. 15 seconds to go. Back it goes to Eichel. Lots of traffic. Eichel feeds it back to Milano. Off the skate it goes of Reinhart. Bench it ahead for Domi. This time it'll do it. Domi scores! Now they can celebrate. I think.
What another fantastic play by Sam Reinhart. Cannot stop singing the praises of the smarts on this kid. He intercepts the pass, and instead of forcing this up the middle, he makes a billiard pass off the side wall. Domi walks into Canada's second empty net goal of the last minute, but this is the one that puts it away. Canada hangs on in an unbelievable hockey game. This is one of the most entertaining 2.5 hours we've seen in a long time.
Canada-USA lives up to its New Year's Eve reputation. Canada wins it 5-3 and will head to Toronto with a 4-0 record. It wasn't a one-goal win, but it might as well have been one of the great Canada-U.S. clashes we've seen at the World Junior Championship, and it might not be the last. So Eric Comrie, somewhat of a surprise call to get a starting goal for this one. Turns away 25 of the 28 shots. Canada outshoots the U.S. 43-28 in the hockey game. Yes, that's a Domi chant here in Montreal.
Les joueurs du match recevront un prix du comité organisateur du championnat mondial 2015 de l'IIHF. Les prix seront remis par M. Scott Neufeld, Imperial Sponsorship Manager, M. Joe Drago, le chef du bureau de direction de Hockey Canada, Hockey Canada Chairman of the Board, et M. Yves Bolduc, ministre de l'Éducation, du loisir et du sport du gouvernement du Québec. Le joueur du match pour l'équipe des États-Unis. Player of the game for Team USA, le numéro 30, number 30, Thatcher Demko.
Demko gave up 3 goals. Had a fantastic afternoon in goal.
Le joueur du match pour l'équipe du Canada. Team Canada, Player of the Game. Le numéro 16, number 16, Max Domi.
There's his mom, Leanne, on the right. Tonight he won't forget for a very long time.
What a terrific tournament he has had.
Mesdames, Messieurs, veuillez maintenant vous lever pour l'interprétation de l'hymne national du pays vainqueur. Ladies and gentlemen, please rise for the national anthem of the winning team, Team Canada.
tournament. This night never gets old. What a classic between Canada and the U.S. 5-3 the final score. Our coverage of the 2015 World Junior Hockey Championship continues on TSN after this. The line. Throws that. Bounce that ahead for Reinhart. And it goes for Domi. Max Domi pulls it in, shoots. Demko the save. Rebound, loose in front. Domi scores! Max Domi gives Canada the lead.
Domi's had a fantastic tournament. It's his third goal of the tournament, and that top line for Canada comes through again.
Max Domi has absolutely dominated for Canada in the tournament so far. He has 7 points in 4 games. The only game he didn't score in was against Finland, but he still had 2 assists in that one. Now, Domi was drafted 12th overall by the Coyotes in 2013. With more, Ryan Rishaug is standing by with Max Domi.
Player of the game, I feel like that's probably the first and last time the Montreal fans will ever chant the name Domi. What was that like standing on the ice listening to that?
Yeah, that was amazing. I mean, the crowds here have been phenomenal every game, and we wouldn't have been able to win the 4 games we did without them. So, I mean, merci beaucoup to all the Montreal fans out there. That was awesome. Very
nice. I want to ask you about the pass that Sam Reinhart put on your stick. I mean, that was an absolute bullet.
It was. Honestly, I felt bad because I didn't score. That was amazing. He put through like 12 different sticks and right on my tape, and I wasn't really expecting it. But I mean, he's been so good for us lately, and he had another great game tonight.
People who have watched you play since you were 14, 15 years old are watching this tournament, and the common thread is the maturity in your game that has developed is significant. Where did that come from, and when did you figure out that had to happen?
I don't know, to be honest with you. Just kind of everyone gets older every year, so I mean, just been having fun out there and trying to do whatever it takes to win, and enjoying with all these teammates here. It's been a fun ride so far.
Thanks, Max.
Thanks, Ryan.